Flyway Federation of Louisiana. Pay attention, rice field hunters. About to tell you something. I've heard some of you are worried you won't be able to flood or hunt your fields anymore if we fight this and if we win, but I'm here to tell you, you will be able to hunt them and you will be able to flood them. They will be able to form crawfish. That's a part of normal agricultural practices here in Louisiana. So whoever is telling you that is lying. This next part, I'm going to be reading the highlighted section. The animal food consists of small frogs, tadpoles, toads, lizards, newts, small fish, fish fry, snails, mussels, leeches, earthworms, mice, and similar small game that it finds about the pond and the edges of the woods. Its vegetable food includes grass, many species of seeds and aquatic plants, grain, nuts, acorns, fruits, etc. It is particularly fond of wild rice. In the South, the mallard is one of the friends of the rice farmer, as it destroys the scattered rice or volunteer rice of the field, which if left to grow would greatly reduce the value of the crop. It is serviceable to the southern people in another way, as it feeds largely upon the crawfish, which burrow into and undermine the levees and dikes. Examinations of 126 stomachs of mallards made at a biological survey revealed 17% animal food and 83% vegetable. The most important items of the animal food were the dragonfly, nymphs, fly larvae, grasshoppers, beetles, and bugs. Mollusks, earthworms, and crustaceans were found. The principal elements of the vegetable food, as found by the experts of the biological survey, were the seeds of the smartweed seeds and tubers of the pondweed and of the sedges. Other items of importance were the seeds of the wild rice and other grasses of burr reed, hornwort, water shield, and Weegan grass. A great many vegetable substances of less importance were included in the mallard's diet, of which the following are worthy of note: wild celery, algae, roots of arrowhead, fruits such as grapes, dogwood, sour gum, and bayberries, and the seeds of such small aquatic plants as millweed, horn pondweed, and mermaid weed. This was found in an encyclopedia called Birds of America. Audubon was a part of it. They talk about many of the birds in Louisiana. This book was written in 1936, so that means it was after the Migratory Bird Treaty. So it clearly talks about rice ponds. So who's ever talking to y'all, telling y'all something, don't listen to them. I'm about to fill you in on this next part. First thing that we do is to grow rice crop. This crop is grown for commercial harvest and is planted in early March through April. By June, the fields have really filled out and the crop looks like fields of green grass. Rice is grown in about 2 inches of water. When the rice is tall enough and thick enough to form a canopy over the water and keep it cool, we begin to add seed crawfish. The first crawfish farmers, including us, got seed crawfish from the wild crop, mostly from the Atchafalaya Basin. The basin is one of the largest river basins in North America, stretching from Simmsport, Louisiana, all the way to Morgan City in the Gulf of Mexico. Today we get some wild and use some of our own. As water temperatures continue to rise, built-in survival instincts of the crawfish take over. They begin to dig and build burrows underground. Despite the popular myth about mud bugs, crawfish do not wallow around in the mud. They are more like rabbits. They dig and burrow underground. By late July, the rice fields have been drained completely and the crop is maturing to a golden blanket of grain. We harvest the rice crop with a combine. Meanwhile, the crawfish are safe underground in their burrow. Rainfall at this period is critical to the burrow survival rate. Droughts can severely impact crawfish production. We can pump as much water as we want and flood the ponds, but crawfish may not activate and reproduce. Experience has taught us that crawfish are activated to reproduce from barometric pressure changes that occur during periods of weather events usually accompanied by natural rain. So no weather events, no crawfish. After the rice crop is harvested, we wait for cooler temperatures of late September to flood the crawfish ponds. If all goes well, we will begin to see female crawfish coming up and out of their burrows with baby crawfish about the size of ants attached to their tail. Each female will hatch 400 to 900 babies and may reproduce multiple times in a season. Crawfish feed on the biomass and stubble left over from the rice crop. Our crawfish are rice fed, and this makes a huge difference in taste. It takes about 90 days for the crawfish to reach market size. Crawfish, like crabs and lobsters, have to molt to grow. They come out of their old hard shell into a new soft shell and can nearly double in size each time they molt. Soft shell crabs and crawfish are a delicacy to some markets. Harvest begins as early as November in warm year and as late as February with colder weather. Unlike other farm-raised products, crawfish are trapped with bait. Therefore, harvest is dictated by the catch. Bait consists of pieces of fish in colder months and manufactured pellets with warmer temperatures. Crawfish are harvested in a specially designed crawfish boat. This process is very labor intensive and continues rain or shine. Harvest continues through late June until water temperatures force the crawfish into burrows. We generally shut down harvest around the 4th of July. By then, everybody is usually really tired and ready for a break. Besides that, crawfish shells get so hard you would need a ball-peen hammer to crack them open. We take a break, go on vacation, and then start it all over again. This reading I just read, everything was off of CajunCrawfish.com. Thank you, fellas, for putting this good stuff out there. I really hope that this puts a lot of you, that your mind at ease, that are worried that us fighting the flooding of other agricultural crops, how it's somehow going to affect us or affect you being able to hunt on your property or flood your property. Just know that rice farming, we've been farming here in Louisiana since Louisiana started. We also have been farming crawfish, both of which use flooding for their normal agricultural practice. Okay? The biggest thing is harvesting it. That's the kicker. So, thank you guys for watching, and please keep supporting. And don't let anybody tell you that this fight is going to hurt your hunting, because it's not.